long you've been in Dubai?
So I was born here, Abu Dhabi, originally. I'm not even lying. I could sell my phone book now for $1 million. The numbers I have and the connections I have through this podcast.
Right. Your advice to whoever wants to build a podcast. That's the most honest answer I've ever heard.
This is actually the first podcast that I'm a guest on. Like, I've had a few people approach me, and I like to feel like when I'm listening to a podcast that I'm a fly in the room, in a room that I'm not supposed to be in.
Exactly. Jaber, my man, thank you for taking time out for Timeout.
Dude, it's an absolute pleasure, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, to come in and do that. It actually feels kind of weird being on this side of the seat. You know, usually I'm just like, yeah, watch what I'm going to do to this person. And now I'm like, what's he going to do to me, dude? It's like really weird. This is actually the first podcast that I'm a guest on. Like, I've had a few people approach me and did it, and then I've watched their podcast and I'm like, yeah, there's no way. I'm going on.
No, it was so easy. I mean, I was shocked when I messaged you, so I DM'd you. I saw your post and I DM'd you, right? And I'm like, there's no way he's even replying back, right? And then you did. And I'm like, what's happening here? Is it that easy to get you to do something?
It's definitely not. But when it comes to the podcasting game, I look at it so much more as like community and family and that kind of stuff. And I remember when I first started mine, DMing people, and you know, luckily people were kind and they were like, okay, let's do it, whatever. And sometimes it was like level of celebrities that, you know, because I have this very nonchalant where I'd message them, I'd be like, hey, you're in town, come on, we're going to do a podcast on Wednesday. Just cheeky, you know, and see what happens. And they'll be like, all right, cool, where? And I'm like, what do you mean where? You want to ask who I am first or what I'm doing? Have you seen my page or whatever? But it's just a nice feeling. And you know, you get people, and you tend to get people who think they're way above their status, even when they're not. They're the ones that do it the most, where they're like, okay, how about you pay me for it? And I'm like, pay who, bro? Man, you come or don't come. Like, that doesn't make a difference to me whether you come or not. It would be nice, but carry on with your day if you're not going to come, you know? So with that kind of thing, I'm really big in the podcasting community side, where I want everyone to be jumping on each other's podcasts and creating that. Because I feel like there's a kind of divide here in this country, in Dubai.
Sure.
You go to America, you got everyone's jumping on Rogan's, everyone's jumping on Theo Vaughn, everyone's jumping on Flagrant. They're all a community. And what people don't understand is that's how you grow yourself. By people are going to see me on Ankit's, and then I'm going to steal some of his fans, and then he's going to come on mine, he's going to steal some of my fans. And I think that's so important to do here.
Man, that's a wonderful way to look at it, because honest to God, whatever you've said, I believe the same thing, right? Because that's how we all grow, right? So let's get into this a bit. Now, Jibber with Jaber. Whoever knows you from that, and you have taken that to a different level. I do not personally follow a lot of podcasts. I follow JRE. I think that was like an inspiration to most of us who started off, right? I always knew this is something that can be done, but then until I saw JRE, I did not know, you know, this is the way, this is the blueprint. Yeah, exactly, right? And when I saw yours, I was so happy. Because when I looked around at that point of time, 2 years back, there weren't that many podcasts that were happening here in the UAE. So when I started to do mine, I just picked up a phone and I started to do it. So how did this idea come to you? Did you look up to someone for inspiration? And how have you taken it to a level now that us people are looking for here? You know what I mean?
No, I appreciate that. We're all on the same level, dude, honestly. Do you know what's kind of weird? I'm the kind of person that loves to give compliments. And then when someone gives me a compliment, it's like, you know, when you're in a restaurant and the cake comes out and everyone's singing happy birthday and it's really awkward and you're like, kind of thing. That's how it is. How I started is I always used to listen to podcasts like crazy. Like I mentioned some of them. I'm really into comedy podcasts. So I'd be in the gym, you know, doing a bench press and laughing, and people would be like, what's this guy listening to? Do you know what I mean? Thinking I should be listening to some hard rock or something to get me in the mood. I always did. And I used to be a trainer. So I used to be a celebrity trainer, which also is one of the reasons I can nab a lot of these celebrities, because some of them are my friends, etc.
Sure.
COVID happened. They were like, sorry, train what? No going out, gyms are closed, no training outside. And I went from making 50,000 dirhams to making -4 dirhams a month, like that. And it was nothing. There was no work, there was nothing to do. So I had a little bit of money. I went to Virgin and I was like, let me just buy this podcast equipment. Where I'm going to record, I don't know. Who I'm going to record with, I don't know. I called my friend. I said, listen, I need you for episode 1 tomorrow. He said, episode 1 of what? I said, just come. We're doing episode 1. He's like, all right, cool. He came and we just started.
That was the Jamaican guy?
Yeah, Wes. Yeah, Wes. We started shooting. We talked about shattafas for half of the time, you know, cleaning our ass in Dubai and stuff like that. And people liked it. So I was like, all right, well, I guess make another call. Hey, episode 2, let's go. Yeah. And from there, just hit the ground running and go. And, you know, the thing is, the important thing for me, and I think every podcaster should be the same. I don't care if I get 1 view. There's a lot of people that follow the views and numbers and why am I not getting this or what? I'm not even lying. I could sell my phone book now for $1 million. The numbers I have and the connections I have through this podcast and the community I've built and the friends I've built and the celebrity connections I've built outweigh the views. And like I would still do this for 15 years and get 1 view every episode and it wouldn't bother me because that's what you see. The back end of what I'm doing and how it's benefiting me in my life, it's you can't put a price on it at all.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. That's awesome, man. Did you look up to someone before you started this? Like, did you? Because I, for me, why I'm bringing up me because you know you started off and like I said we're looking like that and I've you know everyone wants to get there at one point of time. So when I started listening to Joe Rogan, right, JRE, when he was having his conversations with say. What's a big guy's name? Coco Diaz.
Oh, Joey Diaz.
Joey Diaz. Man, it was legendary.
Yeah.
I was same thing. I had the buds on and I was laughing and people that was wrong with him, you know what I mean? I'm like, you know, one day, you know, that's something that I want to do as well. So did you look up to someone or you said, you know, that's how I wanted to do
the same guys and all that stuff that you did. I mean, obviously I listened to JRE, but I kind of like very strange characters. Like, I don't know if you know Bobby Lee.
Yeah.
I love Bobby Lee. He's my spirit animal. Like, as far as I'm concerned, that guy, if I could adopt or if he could adopt me, life would be great. Do you know what I mean? I like that randomness. I like Schultzy and the kind of vibe they got on. I mean, Flagrant now is quite new compared to those back in the day. But again, Joey Diaz and all of these people. And I like the fact the conversation can go from MMA to aliens.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, we haven't got past the 20 minutes yet. So, but what he was advertising in his first advertisement, I'm sure you know what that is for Joe Rogan. Like, I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like the whole, how are you?
Yeah.
What's going on?
And
tell me how you got that shirt. It's very, you know, straightforward questions that nobody wants to know that. I like to feel like when I'm listening to a podcast that I'm a fly in the room, in a room that I'm not supposed to be in.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
That's what makes it beautiful. And that's what I really like, is to be able to bring these conversations where people wouldn't usually be able to talk to Khabib's coach or Bilal Muhammad or whoever the people are. They wouldn't be able to have these conversations. So to be able to share that with them and let them be that fly in the room, I think is incredible, dude.
Yeah, no, that is right. You know, not a lot of people can get in the same room with Javier Mendes. Did you see today's press conference, by the way?
No, not yet.
No? Oh, you have to. It's nice.
Yeah?
Who you got, Sean O'Malley or Sterling?
Do you know, I want O'Malley to win.
Really?
Yeah.
But, I mean, with Sterling's wrestling, do you think that's... I mean, man, as good as Miley is on the feet...
The thing is, I like to be surprised. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like O'Malley needs the win after the Jan fight. He needs something clear after that.
Yeah.
I like seeing champions, but I like the belt moving.
Yeah.
Because the more the belt moves around, the more stuff that's going on. That's...
You're a Conor fan? No.
Who?
You're a Conor fan? No.
I was a Conor fan. I mean, I still am. I just feel like he went a bit off the rails too much. And my problem is not that he's crazy or he's saying outlandish stuff. That's fine if you're still fighting. But when you haven't fought for so long, it becomes the old uncle who's coming to the barbecue.
The granny who's outside.
He's coming to the barbecue and he's complaining about it, but he didn't bring any food to the barbecue. You know what I mean? And everyone's like, why are you saying all this about the chicken? I didn't see you bring even a drink or some potato salad. Do you know what I mean? You have to be still in there for it to be relevant.
Yeah,
you know?
True.
And I feel like, I mean, look, when you make that kind of money, you give me 1,000 dirhams, you'll never see me again, let alone, 100 million dirhams. Do you know what I mean? And you're sitting there prepping on a yacht and all that stuff. So I get it. I get how he doesn't need to fight anymore. But I feel like with him, he can't accept his retirement because he did it too early. So he still has that crazy fighter trash talking going on. Yeah. but there's no one to do it to. So
Yeah.
he's like, all right, let me just go on Twitter and do it. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, yeah. No, I know what you
Which
mean.
is
No,
fine, yeah.
I was a big fan of his. I mean, I'm still am a big
You
fan
can't
of
not
his.
be a big
Yeah,
fan.
can't,
You
yeah.
don't lose things.
Yeah,
And as well, he had an incredible career, dude. I just feel like he took way too many breaks. The momentum just got lost. Yeah, the money.
Yeah.
The money.
But what he did in those 5-6 years was magic.
Yeah, amazing. Have you seen the
Yeah.
documentary?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen
Dude,
both
talking
the
about
ones.
documentaries, dude. I don't want to take over.
Yeah. No, no, no. Please.
You're from India, right?
Yeah.
I go through these weird rabbit holes where I will go through them, and that's all I watch, right? Have you seen Viripan?
No, no, no. I haven't started.
Do you know
that yet.
do you know about Viripan?
Veerapan,
the
yes,
Forest
yes,
King.
yes. Sorry, we pronounce it
Yeah,
differently.
I'm
It
sorry.
took
I'm
me a
sorry
s-
that my
No, no, no.
my Indian accent is not good.
It took me-
I'm gonna lose all your fans right now. They're gonna be like, "Who's this guy?" No, but how do you pronounce it?
Veerapan.
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 Veerapan was
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
gangster, bro. He was crazy, dude. Guy
Yeah.
was started off killing elephants and taking the
Yeah.
trunks and that. But I was watching that, and bro, it's crazy how
Yeah.
it made me think that back in those days, how much people used to get away with, like serial killers and gangsters and murderers and all that kind of stuff, because there's no cameras, there's no, do you know what I mean? It's like the guys in the forest, bro.
Yeah.
They were in the forest for 20
Yeah.
years trying to find this guy, and he
Yeah.
was just like, "Oh, I can see you. Let me just go this way for a
Yeah,
bit." And you'd go
yeah.
into a different mountain, like.
Man, from
Can't get away with that now.
You can't, man. So the thing is, like you said, right? I just about 2-3 weeks back, I had some idle time on my hands, and I was thinking about the same thing. I'm like, man, now, how do the bad guys survive?
Dude, I don't know where to
'Cause-
hide my bodies anymore.
Exactly.
Like, do you know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
I've just got a car full of my trunk is just full of bodies, bro. I don't know where to do it because
Yeah.
I can't get
Yeah.
them out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, they used to do everything.
It was crazy, right? Like, I mean, they could get away with anything about, say, about 15 years back, 10 years
15,
back.
20 years ago.
And this guy, Veerapan, so I heard about him when I was growing up. He's part of a group called LTT, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But
That's
this
not how we pronounce it, by the way. It's
man, you'll get a hang of it.
Yeah, right.
Let me pronounce his name
Yeah,
a
right,
couple of more
exactly.
times. Yeah. So he was legit crazy, man. He kidnapped like in
the big actor.
yeah.
Yeah, the doctor. I should know this because it was only a couple of nights ago I was watching it. Yeah.
yeah. No, I haven't seen that. I will.
Yeah,
I will. My wife
bro,
told me about it.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Another one, The Beast of Bangalore. That's another one.
I haven't seen that as well, man. Yeah.
Bro, why am I telling you about
No,
Indian
it's a-
shows, bro? You're supposed to be telling me about them, bro.
No, it's a good thing you are, man. Because the thing with me is right when Friday comes, right? And I got some time on my hands in the evening. I'm scrolling through. I've spent an hour scrolling.
No, you can't do that, bro. Netflix, the days of scrolling are over. I've sat with my wife and we'd be like, should we watch something? I'm not even lying, bro. Wallah.
Yeah.
2 hours later, we're like, I don't know which one. That's a whole movie. We could have just clicked anything.
Exactly, right?
I think that's why they have that new random one. Have you seen the new random thing on
Yeah,
Netflix?
yeah, yeah.
Just choose something for me and let's
I
do
thought
it.
that
bro.
was the only one who went through that. I'm
Bro,
happy to hear. I thought it was
everyone,
weird,
dude.
man.
Everyone. We're all wasting our lives,
Yeah,
bro. It's not just you, bro. We're all losers, man. Honestly, all of us, dude. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It's
I
crazy.
know, man.
You've seen Cholet, right?
Yeah, of course, Matt. Yeah.
Love that.
No.
Love that.
Yeah. I'll tell you that after this.
Okay.
Because I haven't uploaded his coming soon yet. I'll tell you that.
Mahabuba, yeah,
yeah.
Mahabuba,
I
okay.
met one of them last week. So let's get back to MMA a bit. So how did your can I ask you something before that? Growing up, were you was there a time in your life did you ever watch wrestling?
Of course I watch wrestling. Who didn't watch wrestling?
WWF.
Of course. Yeah.
You did, right?
Yeah, now it's with all these pronouns, I don't know what it is
No,
now.
it's
What is it now?
E, right?
Okay,
Right?
WWE.
But I have so I've always thought about this, and I feel that even the athletes who are present right now in the UFC, at one point of time, I'm sure they were wrestling
All
fans.
of them, dude.
Don't you think so?
All of them. Ultimate Warrior, Hulk
Yeah.
Hogan, Papa Shango.
Exactly.
Coco Beware. Dude,
Yeah.
They were crazy, bro.
Right? And so I remember when what's his name? When Kobe walked out to Kurt Angle, I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, I got goosebumps going on and shit. And when this one, Dwayne Rock,
Johnson, The Rock.
when he walked out with the BMF, I'm like, what is happening here?
This is the
man?
thing. I'm from our older days, bro. I'm from like the Legion of Doom,
Yeah,
and Ric Flair,
Yeah,
and
bro,
the Million
of
Dollar
course,
Man,
of
and all
course,
these
of
guys,
course,
dude.
So you were a fan, huh?
Of course, bro. You know how many chairs I smashed on my brother's head, dude, and how many places I jumped. Do you think it's fake?
I mean,
Okay, just for the viewers out here,
Yeah.
I want you to stand on this table and elbow drop onto the floor.
man, what do I tell you? I tried wrestling for a bit. So I tried, I don't know if you know. in
And don't
Dubai-
get me wrong, I know it's not real. It's not
But it
MMA.
hurts.
But what I'm trying to say is, like, I think people underestimate the athleticism
Man.
of that. If the lift is broken in your apartment and you have to walk up 10 floors, dude,
No, I couldn't.
you're done.
Done.
You're done. These guys non-stop are going there, jumping, chairs. Even if they're faking it and they learn how to fall, that stuff they're super athletic, dude.
100%. 100%. I tried the I don't know what's it called. I can't remember the name. So there was a wrestling tryout over here. I went for it.
Yeah, they came here. Yeah.
So I went for it. I was like, man, look at me, man. I'm like made for this shit.
What would you want your wrestling name to be?
I can't. Please, no.
Come on, man. No. You have to choose, bro. People need to know what your name would be. If you got chosen, okay, WWE, we're signing you now. Great. We want you to choose your name. What's your name gonna be?
Come on, man. So I
Don't be embarrassed, because it seems like you've already had one. You got one. All right, tell me. No, we need to know, bro. We need to know. You can't be embarrassed.
It's not that. I mean, it's not bad. Like, so I was a big kid growing up, like how I am right now.
Okay.
So
Is this a name you chose or a name people gave you?
it's a mix of both. Man, I don't even want to tell you no more, man. I can't get this out there.
We got to do it.
It'll be back.
We got to do it. Let's go.
It'll be back. Come on.
Go. No, let's do it.
My name is Ankit, right?
Yeah.
So it'll be Gigantkit.
Gigantkit. I like it, bro. I don't like it at all, bro.
Man, I can't even tell you. You should have gone, but hey, that hurts. That when you fall off that.
Oh, I thought you meant when I didn't like your name.
Both,
like that.
both of them.
That really
that doesn't hurt.
bro.
Listen, I was gonna go with that name. You think that hurts me now? It doesn't, bro. I've gone past the stage of embarrassment. It just, and I've even said it now. Well done. It's back out there.
I'm gonna put it on a t-shirt.
Yeah. So, but no, that you're absolutely right, mate. That hurts bad, man.
Imagine having to do that, dude.
Yeah, you remember the Austin and Rock era when they walked up?
Of course, bro.
Man,
Then the glass smashes.
From time to time, I get those Instagram posts. They're crazy. So anyway, so how did you get hooked on
wrestling?
MMA? Wrestling and MMA.
I've always been into martial arts since I was young. Before people say this is not a martial art, I studied capoeira for quite a while.
Okay.
I used to love that. I did a bit of Wing Chun. I always had friends that used to do it, or I had a Wing Chun teacher who was like 80 years old, and he would throw four of us young guys around. Now, whether that applies in real life or not, that's a different story. It was half respect and half not knowing what we're doing. But I mean, how do you know? I was always into boxing. Obviously, growing up, I would say boxing was our time.
Yeah.
Now it's fizzled out a bit, but the time of Bruno and Tyson and Calzaghe and these guys was a different era for boxing.
100%.
So, and I repeatedly got punched in the face by my brother. Do you know what I mean?
Are you the younger one?
I'm the middle younger.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel you.
So I was always into it. And then when the UFC came out, I was just like, wow. Do you know what I mean? I'm watching old videos of Royce. I had
you've
Royce on
gone
the
that
podcast.
back, huh? To Royce. Oh, nice.
I had Royce on the podcast. Lovely guy.
Wow.
And he was talking about, there was no rules. There was no judges. There was no referee.
You can kick
it was
someone
like
on the face and get
in
away
the
with
balls,
it.
everywhere you want.
Yeah.
And it was like kumite. Do you know what I mean? Where there's a boxer against a sumo wrestler, against a jiu-jitsu guy, against a kickboxer again. And it was like something out of the movies, like The Big Boss. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, Bruce Lee. I've seen every single film. I'm not gonna lie. I had plimsolls with white socks as well, with big baggy trousers, and I'd walk around. Do you know what I mean? And I wouldn't say I'd walk around. I'd just walk around like myself. So growing up on that, and just having people in MMA. I think once you kind of grow up in that kind of thing, you're not gonna not like it, right?
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
And then the UFC, watching it grow with the Contender Series and all of that stuff, I was just fascinated by it, which is very strange as well, because I think as human beings we have that. I mean, look as far back. You have the gladiators and in the Roman days who used to fight against each other. We always go back, and I feel like we're going back now. Have you ever watched Bare Knuckle?
I saw I've seen one of them, the Poly and the Artem, I saw that one.
Yeah, so bare knuckle, bro. Have you seen their faces after a
Yeah,
fight?
yeah, it's messed up, man.
We're only going back, bro. I feel like in 10 years we're gonna have swords and shields again, and people are gonna. But people would come and watch that.
100%.
So it's very strange.
People they'll have their beers and then
They'll have a beard and they watch
it.
it. The blood splats in their face. They, they lick it. It's really weird. We have that animal instinct inside us, and also it's nice to see a winner, right?
Yeah, of course, 100%, man.
So yeah, through that and just.
But you actively watch UFC now?
Yeah, every single event. UFC Fight Pass. I've got it locked. Notifications coming on all the time.
But the only sad part is it's in the morning over here, man. It's at 6:30 in the morning.
I'm awake.
I'm awake too.
Yeah,
I'm awake too. But then I'm like, why? But then I'm awake either way. Do you know what I mean?
You have to. You can't miss it, dude. It's one of those things where, like on UFC days, if I find I'm not gonna watch a fight, or if I'm really tired and I might miss it, I'll turn my phone off because my friends. Can we start swearing now, or how long?
We're good.
Bro, dickhead friends that message me. Did you see that fight? I can't believe he won, and I haven't seen it yet. That put me in a mood all day.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? So I leave it off, and then I go to the UFC house, watch it. Once I'm done, then I'll put my phone on and I can carry on with my day.
I'm with you 100%. I didn't even read the news because my feeds
Instagram,
are...
Instagram straight away will ruin it. You just see someone's face like that and it'll be like the winner. Don't ruin. Like, people should know me from now. And if you don't know me, where's my camera? If you don't know me, unless I've messaged you, don't talk to me about fights if they've happened the night before. Just don't do it, dude.
Yeah. Did you see the last one?
The Jake Paul?
No. Yeah, did you? Yeah. Wait, good you brought that up.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Jake Paul and Diaz?
Dude, Jake Paul is a beast. He's a marketing beast, to be honest. Jake Paul, I'm a fan of when it comes to boxing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Logan and these guys, I feel like it's more of a kind of, that whole Misfits thing, and that's just messing around. But I feel like Jake's taking it seriously. I feel like even though he's not fighting top professional boxers and that, give him a chance, dude. He's been doing it for a year. Do you know what I mean? Training properly.
Yeah.
He still fought a lot of people wouldn't fight.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You can talk that big talk, but you wouldn't fight.
Yes.
He's spending a lot of money on his camps, going to Costa Rica, and so he's not taking it as a joke. And I feel like boxing is, I don't think people understand how much of a downhill boxing took in regards to viewership, in regards to money, in regards to these things. He is doing something for boxing. And you can't deny that. You might not like it. And he's very smart. He's smart with his trash talking. He's smart with arranging things. He's smart with, the whole thing with Dana. He, whether you like it or not, set up the biggest female boxing fight in history.
He did, right? Yes.
Biggest arena. They got the biggest paycheck.
True.
So what are people moaning about?
True.
You know what I mean?
True. I think it's just he's there's something about him that one doesn't like.
But that's his game. That's what he's doing. Because of that something, you want to see him lose. So you'll tune in every time. If he was a nice guy, there'd be nothing in it. But because he makes you hate him. And he's very smart. You got to remember, him and his brother have been doing this YouTube thing for a long time, dude. A long time. Yeah. And they were doing it from the beginning, when people didn't know about YouTube and posting every day and these kind of things. And he's not the same person as he was back then. People grow and people change and whatever. And I just feel like, also, as humans, they always want a villain, right?
You're
so he'll be like, okay, I'll give you that villain and make generational wealth while doing it.
Yeah, he's making a lot of money.
I'll do that. Do you know what I mean? All of you hate me, so I can make some money. I mean, these school fees are not paying themselves, dude.
I feel you, brother.
Yeah.
I do.
Dude, it's the worst.
But I just tuned in. I saw the highlights for that one because I'm a big Nathan fan. I love the Diaz brothers.
Diaz is the best, bro.
Oh man, both of them. Both the what the?
I love it.
They're legendary, man. I want to put a cut out of them in my office soon. You see the BMF one?
Yeah, of course.
Do you like Derek Lewis?
Yeah, I love Derek Lewis.
Did you see his performance last night?
Yeah, bro. What performance? Do you know what I loved about it? Yeah. What he said after. Were you planning and all that? He was like, I'm just trying some shit out. I don't know what happened, bro. I've been trying that, for 10 years, and I thought, let me just try.
Yeah. He's awesome, right? I listen to his. I sometimes when I'm bored, I just listen to his interviews as well.
Yeah. He's hilarious, dude. Because he fought a friend of mine. Bam Bam Tuivasa.
Of course,
So that fight, I was kind of like, because I like Derek. You know what I mean? Obviously, I wanted Bam to win. For sure.
Man, Bam's awesome as well, man. Both of them in that ring were
like hilarious, dude. He's
with
hilarious.
I don't know how he does that.
The Shui?
Are you with the Shui? No, right? No, I know you don't look like someone's down with that.
I'm just not into that. We spoke about that on the show as well. I had him on and I was just like, bro, I don't know. He was like, what you see is Like they spit in it. They do a lot of stuff. Dude.
I mean, I'm good with the beer, but
Dude,
beer in the
I want
glass.
my bottles closed and I want to hear it click when I open it. Dude. If it doesn't make that click sound, return to sender. I don't know. But again, it's part of his charm, you know, from where he's from, how he grew up and all that stuff. And it's one of those things that you remember, right? If you look at most of the stuff advertising for BAM, it's a silhouette of him in a shoe like that. So again, finding those little things.
Yeah. He's a beast.
Very cool.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. He is an absolute beast. So you now 294. Hey, did you get the passes
For UFC the coming?
Yeah,
of course, bro.
man. How is it that I am always left out?
Did you try and buy online?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. I'm not trying to buy online.
That's a smart one.
Yeah.
Tell me after this how to get it for the
buy
next
through
one.
Worcester, my friend.
Yeah,
But
I got late for that.
A friend of mine got to. He
really?
he literally waited for the second one out. They went online and he bought and.
I was like an hour late, man.
No, you can't do that. You need the second. As soon as they go out, you press it.
You gotta tell me how to do this
see
the
what we
next
can
time.
do. We'll see what we can do. Yeah.
Who you got in the Islam and you
Islam.
I knew you'd say
biased.
that. I knew you'd
biased,
say that.
yeah,
I was about to say that. Think for a second before you say
I
Islam.
love Charles as well.
Yeah.
But I think Islam.
Nah, Islam is he's ahead, man. He's way ahead when it comes to. I mean, even though Oliveira's jiu-jitsu is good, and he was confident the last time when he even remember the last one he went down. He's like, okay, right, let me
But
get.
he realized that didn't work. There's
Yeah.
again these Dagestani guys
They're
and
different,
their
man.
sambo. It's very weird, bro. Like there's a big thing out there whether jiu-jitsu or sambo is better, obviously, and it will continue to go. But obviously jiu-jitsu is more in a when you're on the floor, and sambo is let me get you to the floor.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So they have that little bit extra in the wrestling, and the Roman Greco wrestling as well. That is more of takedowns as well.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just feel like they have that mountain rock arm.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They got the bears on the mountain.
Yeah,
man.
like you know when like they grew up doing manual labor, you know, like lifting and
true.
stuff. Their grip
Yeah.
must be like so tight. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I like Islam, but okay. Before we move on from the MMA part, and I want your honest answer on this. Yeah, Islam, Alex.
The last one?
Yeah. What happened there? Who did you think got that?
I think Islam won, but was very happy with Alex.
Yeah?
And his performance.
Alex
I love
looked
Alex. I think
man.
Alex and Izzy and these guys, the hardest workers in the room, dude.
Yeah.
And Alex has this thing. He'll fight anyone. And he'll fight anyone anytime,
Yeah.
as many times as you need him to. And he's very smart. And to be honest, I'd do the same. If I was an MMA fighter, it's what you got to do. You have to keep fighting because that's where you're getting your money from.
Yeah.
And you never know when it's going to run out.
Yeah, true.
And once it does run out, what are you going to do? Unless you've set something up. Do you know what I mean? So he's like, give me as many fights as possible.
It's a
And
smart
I
thing.
love that about Alex. And he's just, I never thought, there was a lot of people who are like, oh, Islam's going to burn through Alex. And I never thought that was going to be the case at all. From the beginning, I knew that if Islam won, it would be very close.
No, I had Islam as well on that one. Yeah. It
Two?
was, yeah.
Number two will be good. I think they need a rematch.
I can't wait for it, mate. I'm very excited for that day when it comes through. So you're a big. Didn't you? Was there a time in your life you thought, let me give this a try?
No, because I started getting into it way too late. By the time I started getting into it, the people I knew had been doing it for 10 years. Right. So whenever I'd roll with them, wherever I'd notice a difference, and I'd be like, I don't have the time and patience to get to the level that they got in. It's gonna take a long time. So I was like, nah.
Yeah. No,
I mean, I love to do it. I love messing around. I love rolling. I love sparring and all that stuff. But also, I've got a massive nose, bro. So this thing will get broken every fight, whether I won or not. And that's why I'm so good at moving. It's not because my technique's good. It's because I just can't afford this nose to be broken any more times, bro. Do you know what I mean?
No, I
I just can't afford it anymore.
Yeah.
So I like to watch. I like the art of it and just watching it. And even, when you do a bit of, like, I don't know if you do any martial arts or you've done any, but once you start to understand what they're doing, you're watching a whole, it's like what a casual is watching and what somebody who knows about MMA is watching, they're two different
100%.
movies, bro.
Yeah.
Like you see little intricacies and you're like, oh wow, the way he just spun his hips into there or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And that's why you get it with football, you get it with MMA and that stuff where there's a guy with a huge belly and the Chelsea shirt is stretched over his belly. I could have scored that, mate. You couldn't. have gone and got another round of beers at this stage. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't. Come
I
on,
know
man.
someone like that.
Yeah, don't. You know,
Don't talk.
like, don't talk. You just go watch, drink your beer,
Yeah,
enjoy
be
it,
happy,
but
yeah.
don't commentate on
Yeah,
any
I
of
know,
this stuff because you have no idea. Like,
Yeah.
you obviously haven't committed to anything but drinking a beer in your life. Other than that, do you know what I mean? So just stay out of it.
I
man.
feel you, man.
Yeah.
So Habib's in town. You plan to get him on
Yeah,
Jibber?
I was almost going to chase him on a jet ski yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
I was literally on the beach when he was there. I
You're
was
the
like,
first person I thought about when I saw that.
yeah.
I swear to God.
I do want to get him on. I've spoken to Hav a few times, but I just feel like he's kind of not into doing any more stuff. But I'm still going to hassle him and
Yeah,
get on him.
of course,
For sure.
Rightfully so.
Yeah,
man.
for sure. I think he'd be a great one. He's a
he is a
hilarious guy as well.
Yeah,
man.
really?
Yeah. He's a very funny guy, and he's very indirectly funny as well.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
He's got
funny
those
without
jabs,
knowing
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, did you see when I think it was one of the Nelk boys that was telling him that he wants to fight Masvidal because he was sleeping with his girlfriend?
Oh,
so
yeah,
he was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"What do I need to do?" And blah blah blah. And he was like, "Maybe get a dog, bro."
Yes,
Yeah,
I
he's like,
remember
"Get a
that.
dog,
I
bro, 'cause
remember
you
that.
can't do
I
anything,
remember
bro."
that. Yeah, like, he's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I hope you get Habib. I'd like to see that
Yeah,
one
yeah.
for sure.
For sure.
What's your plan with the show now? What do you want to do with it next?
So my initial thing about the show was not to make money. My initial thing, it was a 5 to 10 year plan to produce amazing content,
course.
but also on the level of, you were mentioning who do we look up to and stuff. I want to be like JRE, but not in a sense of making the money and stuff. I want my show to be something that if somebody comes on my show and they have 10 followers, when they leave the show, they'll have 10,000 followers.
Yeah.
Like, I want it to be a platform for other people to be able to kind of really, expose themselves and stuff like that, which is why sometimes I have people with 10 million followers and sometimes I have people with, 2,000 followers.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a difference to me. I look more, especially now, for the conversation
Right.
than who it is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I want to enjoy the conversation.
course.
I want it to be something that I really enjoy.
Exactly.
And to be honest, there's a lot of people that buy fake followers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I've had people come on the show before and they've had like 3 million followers.
Okay.
And then I've seen the numbers on the episode. So my numbers get very similar-ish because you have your usual people who watch them, and
Yeah.
then you might have a couple who come from the guest. And the number was very similar. And I was like, well, obviously these 20,000 are my people.
Yeah.
Where's your 4 million, bro?
Yeah.
Are you telling me not 10 of them wanted to watch the show? Or, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
of course.
you should have at least
Yeah.
20,000 people
It doesn't get you
who want to
anywhere.
watch it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, it's just about, educating myself because
course.
I get to meet, as you have doing your show, incredible people and having conversations with these people that you never would get.
Yeah.
Think about it like this. When was the last time you met someone
Yeah.
and had a 2-hour conversation with them, no distractions? In life, we don't get to do that
we
anymore.
don't get to, man.
You're either on your phone, you've got a
exactly.
message, they might need to go in 10 minutes,
Yeah.
there's 4, 5, 6 other people there, let alone it being someone who's an engineer or a NASA person or somebody who's, Khabib's coach or these kind of things. Even a normal person, we don't get to have this conversation anymore. Even with our wives, with our family, you might have an hour here, then spend 2 hours trying to find a movie on Netflix. And so I always appreciate that kind of opportunity to kind of benefit myself, my soul, my brain by having these conversations where no one,
no distractions whatsoever.
do you know what I mean? All we're hearing is ourselves. There's no distractions. We're getting to know each other.
Exactly.
We're building friendships. We're building acquaintances. We're building, being able to help someone else
Sure.
through these connections.
Sure, of course.
Like an example. So, are you into football?
A little bit
Soccer?
now.
So one of my good friends now, his name is Mikhail Silvestri, France national team, Manchester United, 10 years he played for. We became great friends from the podcast. My father-in-law has been a Man United fan since he was 5 years old.
Okay.
So on his birthday, Mick got him into the Alex Ferguson suite where he sat down with the family of the players, watched the game, drinking beer, eating shrimps, and after the game, the players came up, signed shirts and stuff like that. So to be able to do something like that is incredible, dude.
Yeah.
You know
I feel
what I
you,
mean?
man. 100%.
That kind of thing. And not a lot of people can do what we do. Talking to strangers is it's a gift. I've had people call me up and they were like, man, I didn't know you were such great friends with Javier. I was like, dude, I met him 3 minutes before the episode.
Did you? Even
Yeah,
I thought probably
yeah.
you know,
No.
honest to God.
3 minutes before the episode.
Damn.
Most of the big
Yeah.
guests, I have just met them. Do you know what I mean?
Nice,
But to be
man.
able to have that, and even like you were saying before, when
Yeah.
in the email, you were like, "Oh, I'm a bit, you know."
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It's like one thing that all podcasters should learn.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in no place to give advice,
Ah,
but
no,
the
come
one
on.
bit of advice I
Just
can
stop
give is
that now. Come on. Yeah.
there is never a need to be nervous. You know why? The hard part is done. They've already agreed to come.
Come there. Yeah.
They want to come and talk to you.
Yeah.
So being nervous doesn't help anyone or yourself, because it's getting them to come that's the hard part. You've
Yeah.
already done the hard part.
Yeah.
They are now looking forward to the conversation. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
how I always am, you know,
That's
when
a
they come and
wonderful
stuff
way
like
to look
that.
at
It's,
it. Yeah.
yeah, the hard part's done already.
It's a brilliant way to
Yeah.
look at it, man. But it is still tough to get them
Don't
there.
be. And to get them there?
Yeah,
No,
that's
just ask. You'd be surprised, bro.
Yeah.
The amount of guests I've got just by an Instagram message and just literally saying, listen, if you're free in 3 hours, if you're free on Friday,
Oh,
come and do an
nice.
episode.
Nice.
And you'd be surprised how many people say, yeah, okay, cool. I
Right,
mean,
yeah.
obviously I have the advantage of they look through my
Yeah, of
profile
course, yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that and see, okay,
Yeah.
he's had these people on, he must be legit. But it's been like that since the beginning. Like I
Awesome.
think my first big guest was a comedian, Ahmed Jaber, Iranian comedian. He was in
I've heard
Axis
of
of
it.
Evil.
Yeah.
I literally messaged him on Instagram. I was like, you're in Dubai, come to the studio, let's do an episode. And he was like, okay, when?
What the hell?
Friday.
What the
Cool.
hell? That was nice,
Yeah.
man.
So
Yeah.
most people don't ask. That's the problem. They think, oh, he's going to say no. Do that. You know that Gary Vee technique? Message
Bro,
1,000
go for
people,
it.
bro, and see what happens, bro. It's true. What are you going to learn
Yeah.
unless you take the step?
True.
I appreciate it.
Now, along with all of this, now
Also what?
you're also a parent
Oh, yeah. Tell me about it.
of 3 boys, is it?
Three boys. Yeah, yeah.
Man, I got 2 of my own. They're small yet. How are you the way you are, man? How do you make time for yourself?
Bro.
How are you doing this? I mean, I get whatever you're doing with the show. with
Having
that,
a very supportive wife and not having to have a real job. Do you know what I mean? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Honestly, it's
Yeah.
like kids are the biggest gift that you
Yeah,
could.
dog.
I mean, they're just
100%.
amazing, man. It's like
Yeah.
my whole life.
Yeah.
I don't go out. I don't go clubbing.
Yeah.
I can't put any more friends on the sand anymore. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm
Yeah.
done. Like I know what my goal is, what my family is, and it's to be around them. My eldest son, he lives in London. He's planning to move out here soon. He's
Nice, yeah.
disrespectfully taller than me. I sent him home 1 year. I came back and I was like, "Excuse me, sir, would you mind telling me where my son is?" Do you know what I mean? Like he was a grown man.
Yeah.
But I think having that relationship and also growing up different and acknowledging that our parents had different ways of doing things. So I don't shout at my kids. I don't hit my kids and all that stuff. I got everything.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I was
coming from an
just gonna
Arab
ask,
background,
Yeah.
belts and
Yeah.
spoons and whatever, got beats and got cast and
Yeah.
got everything.
Yeah.
But our parents, they come from a different time, right? So you
100%.
can't expect them.
Yeah.
They know what they know.
Yeah.
So, but what I found is like doing it this way is so much better.
It's easier and it's
And
better.
easier
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
Yeah.
And like, and you'd be surprised how smart these kids are. Like
I
having a
was just gonna
conversation
say,
with
yes,
them. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I don't know if it's changed over the time. Like I feel you when you talk about like how
They
our
never gave
pops
us
were.
a chance.
I don't know how is that. It's now I feel like my boy is 4 now, the older one, and I can talk to him, and it was never the case with
And he understands what you're saying.
He understands.
You can
and
have
I'm
a
like,
mature,
and
you know,
these
break
guys
things
are
down.
smart now, man. How is that? I don't even get it. I honestly, he's
that
my
we're
son, and I don't
giving-
understand.
We're giving them the chance where before the conversation even happened with us, something was flying towards us. You know, we had to dodge the slipper, or you knew something was happening, or they were shouting, or that you were getting hit. They didn't give their chance a second to stand back and say, "Okay, let me see if this little shit will actually understand
Yeah.
if I break it down for him." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you do this, I'll be very disappointed. You're not going to get this. I'm going to get that. We're not going to grow here. We never had that because they were just so.
Yeah, they were.
And they were from a different time. And again, I don't blame them.
You can't, man.
I can't blame
I
them.
mean, yeah.
But what I do know is getting hit didn't change anything for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, apart from getting to the age where I'd get slapped and I'd just be like, do you know what I mean? And then that's when they're like, oh shit, what do we do now? Now we got to be real parents. Do you know what I mean? But like, I knew that getting hit, I'd get hit again the next week. I'd do the same stupid shit and I'd get hit again. And thinking about how I grew up, knowing I didn't learn from that really, made me think like, I don't want to do that stuff. It's just,
I got you.
because the same thing happened with Zayn, one of my little ones. I remember he was he was being just really ratty and annoying and just being a dick, how kids are, dude. And he was doing something, and I kind of pushed him like this.
Yeah.
I didn't hit him, but I pushed him. And the look in his face, because I never hit, I never push, I never shout, and that of disappointment, that I could see he didn't feel safe, and he was so confused. Like, why would you do that to me? It broke my heart, dude. Like, it broke my heart. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And he's right. Like, I'm supposed to protect him. Like, I'm his hero. And if your hero is beating you, then what are you supposed to, you know?
Yeah, I know that feeling, man.
And there's nothing against other people who are doing things their own way, because none of us know the right way. We're all figuring it out. I mean, we're still trying to figure ourselves out in our 40s. We still don't know who we are or what we're doing or how we're feeling. Do you know what I mean? You've got parents that are going to therapy at 50 and they were telling their kids how to do. You're doing therapy. You have a therapist telling you how to be a human being, and you're expecting a 2-year-old. And just, I think my advice to parents is understand that they're just figuring it out. Everything is new to them. They don't know how you were born. Maybe when you were born, there was maybe a couple of hospitals in that. When I was born, it was Corniche Hospital, and that was on top was the cinema, and the school was on the side.
Yes. I feel so happy when everyone, I meet people who were
everyone
like
in the 80s who was born 80s, same place. Like, there's no thingy, and they still haven't given me my citizenship. But
you'll get there.
We'll talk about that.
You'll get
golden
there,
visa, okay, no problem. But we'll. Born here, went to UK when I was 5, raised there, and I've been back here for the last 14 years now.
14 years.
And I would never go anywhere else.
I was just going to ask, man. I was in Canada for like 6 months. I came back and I wanted to touch the ground, and but I'm like, I was about to cry, man. I'm like, we are in heaven.
Heaven, bro.
Heaven.
For our children, safety.
Yeah.
The most that's ever going to happen to your child here is they're going to get drunk at a stupid house party somewhere. Like, that's about it. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. There's other people doing crazy stuff, but like, hopefully you raise them right and they stay away from all that. But you don't have to worry about them, getting stabbed in the street or these kind of things. And the level of customer service that you get in this country. I remember going back to the UK, which I hate doing, by the way. God bless the UK. It gave me what it gave me. But when I got to the airport, so I said to the gentleman, "Excuse me, do you know where the trolleys are?" He didn't even look at me in my face, and he went there. And because I've been so spoiled, in my head, I mean, I've been raised in the streets, so I understand that London life. But in my head, instantly I thought, "Don't you mean there, sir? And wait, I will go and get one for you." But no, I was like, "Oh shit, I hit back the real world, bro." He was like there, like, and don't question me again. I'm too busy, like, scratching my heart, like, how dare you, kind of thing. Like, we get spoiled out here.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? And we don't realize how good we've got it.
100%.
Everything's cool, bro. Police, he'll tell you, "Hey, listen, man, I got to give you a ticket, man. That was a stupid thing to do. Wallah, enjoy your day." You don't have to worry about putting your hands up like this and somebody's going to come and where are you? Like, all of that stuff. We got so many benefits being out here. It's incredible, dude.
I mean, you're one of the people who have seen this place evolve, right? Like, because you've seen, like you said, you were born here. So was I. I remember I was
here before Salik. Before Sheikh Rayed.
Exactly. So you've seen how this place has become from Dubai to, like, Dubai the brand.
50 years,
right? Bro. I remember when I used to go to school, I used to see Burj Khalifa. It came up here and there, and suddenly it was boom. The inauguration.
In about 3 weeks, right?
Honestly, it felt like that, man. I'm not even kidding. I know that you would not leave this place for anything, right? 100%.
Maybe Zanzibar.
Huh?
Maybe Zanzibar.
Zanzibar? You're a bit biased for that.
I love Zanzibar, bro.
I haven't been there.
You haven't been?
No, I've heard about it.
Heaven on earth,
a lot.
Bro. Hakuna Matata, bro. It's like the Maldives for a fraction of the price.
Yeah?
Yeah. Same water as Maldives.
Wow. I gotta, okay, we'll talk about that. So where do you see this place in another, say, 5, not 5's too soon, say another 10 years?
I see it.
And would you be comfortable, say you're 60, your children are here?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah?
I kind of worry when I have this thing in my head when my kids get to the age of 20 and they're like, I want to go live in America or I want to go thingy, and I'm just like, I just want to say to them, trust me, I've been there, I've done that. There's nothing there for you, mate. There's not. But you can't tell them because, like, I traveled for 2 years nonstop around the world.
Yeah.
I went to like 22 countries.
Nice.
No shoes on my feet, backpack, staying in hostels,
Right.
meeting people, and it was the most incredible, eye-opening experience in my life.
Yeah.
But I don't want them to do it. Like, do you know what I mean? Because there's
Spoken
dangers,
like a true pair.
there's dangers and stuff like that. But then at the same time, if they don't do it, how do they
Get the
learn and build
experience,
character
you know what I
and
mean?
all that stuff? I think it's good enough here for them to realize when they go places that they've got it good here.
Yeah. Awesome.
You know, people are always like, "Oh, you live in a bubble." Thank you. I'll stay in my
If
bubble.
you're happy there.
Yeah, I'll die in my bubble. I live in a bubble and I'll die.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Your advice to whoever wants to build a podcast?
Start.
Huh?
Start. So many people, I need this equipment and I need the right lighting and I need to make 50 episodes before I release one and my first guest has to be incredible and bro, just start.
Yeah.
Like you will learn. Like, you know, before when I look back at some of my first podcasts and I cringe, bro. There was this thing I used to do that every time the person's speaking, I'm like, I'm
doing that.
Yeah, no, you're not doing it,
No?
bro. I was, yeah, and I look at it and let the guy talk, bro.
See, again,
Like,
I feel like.
no. But this is different. You're doing it while I'm saying something. I was doing it all the way through. It was an hour and a half of me saying yes in the gaps, bro. Like, but again, you learn.
Yeah.
You will learn the same with everything. It's not like nobody comes and goes, I'm going to start a podcast and they hit 1 million. Don't care about the numbers, honestly. If you do it right, the connections you'll build, the people you'll meet, the family you'll create, more important than any views that you could ever worry about. And worrying about views as well is just, it's such a negative thing that if you care about them, you'll care that you're not getting them.
That's the most honest answer I've ever heard. Start and then, let the rest follow.
How will you know? Like at the end of the day, when you drive your car, right? You need to turn it on, right? Otherwise you're not going anywhere. Press the start and go. Doesn't matter where you end up, but go somewhere. Otherwise, stop complaining that you're not going anywhere. Einstein said, I'm not going to quote the exact, I'm going to paraphrase, but doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result is
not.
You're an idiot. Like, you know what I mean?
I know.
That wasn't how he ended it, but that's how I'm gonna.
I felt it anyways.
That's how I'm gonna do it. I always have these things in my podcast where I say the quote and I'm like, in essence of the world and the moon and the stars put together. Don't be a dickhead, bro. I always forget the most important part of the quote, but they get what I'm saying,
As long as the message goes across.
Just enjoy it and just be yourself, because you can't pretend to be someone for 2 hours. People will realize.
They will look through you.
You can do it for 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
But you'll be exposed by the end of it. Do you know what I mean? So just be unapologetically yourself and just enjoy it and start.
Awesome, man. There we have it from the man himself.
I appreciate you, man.
Who has also built a brand for himself. And long may you reign, my friend.
Hopefully. Thanks for the opportunity for me to come on and have a chat with you, bro. It's awesome. And we'll do another few episodes and we'll get you on mine as well. And we'll just hit the ground running, man.
Can't wait for it. Thank you again. It was really kind of you to show up, and like I said, it was as easy as as just messaging you. So thank you, man. Thank you for taking out time for Timeout.
Happy birthday to you.
Awesome, man.
Thank you, brother.